We've been having problems with poaching for many years. I'm a game farmer here at Belvedere Game Ranch in Makut in the northern part of KwaZulu Natal in Zululand. We're on the farm for 17 years now. My folks were here for another 19 years before us. We've got a full-scale abattoir butchery processing plant where we take the game meat from our hunting clients. We process it into various products that our hunting clients takes home. This is the flagship product. It's a marinated impala loin chop. Obviously buy a lot of meat in as well from other farmers, other reserves that we then process and sell to lodges, hotels, to the private market. All the different boerewors, cheese forces, burger patties, pies. There's some deboned roasts of impala, pre-made lasagnas and bobotie, dog food of all the waste, just some boerewors. We've been having problems with poaching for many years. I think poaching has been going on forever basically. It's probably going to carry on for another 100 years. So to us it's an ongoing problem, an ongoing challenge that we try to manage. Poaching here is mainly for meat purposes. People catch animals by means of snaring, chasing them with dogs, chasing warthog into holes and then spear them. They're coming from any direction onto your property, cutting your fence lines. So they will just breach out the electricity fence. They will hook it onto the main fence, and then obviously then there's not an issue of getting shocked. And then they will cut the fence, and they will cut it on top and at the bottom, and then one side they will leave. So this becomes a door that they can just open, and it's easy for them to run.
And usually in a patch where there's thick bush and thick grass, so you don't notice it as easily.
Yeah, and they will run in the riverine area, gone.
And gone.
That was our last incident. That was actually on the outside of the farm. The local community, they will phone the poacher, tell them I want an impala or a kudu or a nyala or whatever, and they will then try and catch these animals for them. Remove them from your farm and sell them for a fraction of the price, which to us is actually very hard. So an animal that might be worth 10,000 rand, they will sell for $1,000. They normally will catch impala, nyala, warthog, the odd kudu. The odd bigger animal will be caught in a snare, buffalo, wildebeest every now and then, but that's much more tough animals. So they will break the snare and move on. This area we're in now is where we've had our last incident of poaching. The guys came in through the fence with their dogs, obviously with a whole bunch of snares. And they look for thick areas, thickets, where they can put snares like every 2-3 meters apart. They put their snares. And they will form them in a funnel form, and with a horseshoe at the end. So with the dogs, they will come, they will chase the animals through the area, and eventually they will end up in this funnel with 100 snares. And inevitably, out of a herd of 50 animals, you are going to catch 5, and then obviously it gives them the opportunity to kill them. In our incident here, we had 9 animals. They took only 1. The other animals was just lying here, dead, rotten. You cannot cover the whole area every single day. It's just impossible. So by the time you see vultures flying, or you drive past and you smell, then you find the animals lying there dead. So they really waste a lot. They took 1 and they left the farm. Then they go with that animal back to the main road. Once they're at the main road, they will hide it there. They will put a marker on the road. It might be just a branch or a stone or a bottle on the fence, or any form of mark that they phone through to the pickup vehicle. And then that vehicle will then drive past. They'll know more or less where it is. They'll see the marker on the road, stop, pick it up and go. We found private vehicles coming from neighboring towns. We had once a police guy that we caught. He drove up from Amanzimtoti, which is the other side of Durban, which is like 350 kilometers away from here. We found 2 impala in his boot. So the question is how to quantify your losses and the money you spend on anti-poaching measures. It's difficult for a normal game rancher with a normal size average farm to absorb that kind of cost. You cannot, literally just cannot afford. The land cannot make so much money to afford a full-time anti-poaching team. You know, it's easy if it's a big reserve with maybe a foreign investor, lots of cash, or a corporate investor, lots of cash. They can pump in money every month to carry the burden, to carry the cost. But if you have to make the money from the animals that's on the farm and from the land that's here, you have to earn enough to carry the can, and that's where it becomes difficult. Same time, you have to still pay your normal staff. You still have to live, you have to send your kids to school. Most of these farms are not financially viable. Most of them are owned by people owning other businesses, running other kinds of farming enterprises, sugarcane or citrus or macadamia nuts. But if you're only a game farmer, you hardly cannot survive. And that makes the poaching issue so much more severe, and the financial impact thereof. So poaching influences what we do here. If we cannot hunt our animals, if our numbers are down, obviously it affects the volume of animals that we can put through a facility. We create a lot of jobs here, which is important in the rural communities, and we need to protect our assets by stopping the poaching. I think the need that we have from a normal, ordinary game farmer perspective is to have decent surveillance on our roads. Where there's cameras, your crime rate drops. Maybe not only poaching, farm murders, farm killings, farm attacks, general theft definitely reduce the moment you start using cameras. It's physically impossible to do it on everyone's perimeter fence. You need a camera like every 100 or 200 meters. For every farmer, it just becomes not feasible. But on the main roads, definitely, because we can stop the cars, search them, and then obviously catch the guys doing it.